All right, guys. So just getting off of work now. I'm about to head into the gym. We got bench today as well as a couple other things. And I got a request that I should probably start recording some of my gym stuff. So it's going to be a couple of main lifts and then probably going to talk a little bit more about my accessories as well as giving you guys some more accessories and then, of course, the talk afterwards. So see you guys in the gym. All right. So I would say that was a pretty damn good workout. Um, so as you saw, I hit a top single, which I was so I hit 315 and it looked pretty good. I was like, man, that I smoked that. So I told my coach that I smoked it. I was like, what do you think? 330, 335? And then he said 335. I was like, all right. So, or no, he said 340. Sorry. So he said 340. I was like, all right, cool. Yeah, let's load 340. So loaded it, hit it. And I was like, dang, that moved quick. It's like, all right. And then it's like, oh well, like the thing was like I hit the rack on the ascent. Spotter was there, thank God, and I finished the rep, but like it was fast and I just wasn't ready for it. So in doing all of that, I'm like, all right, like it's good enough. So I start unracking the weight, like, oh, he's gonna tell me to just go ahead and go to my drop sets. And I send him that video, and as I'm unloading the bars, he sends back, he goes 355. It's like, okay, so unracked or took off the weight that I loaded on the bar for the deload or the back downs, and then reloaded 335 plus two more 10s, so it would be 355. I was like, okay, I have not touched that weight in a long time. I'm pretty sure my max is like 370, 375. And that moved like my max might be a little bit more. Not jinxing myself, but that's all I'm saying is that it moved really well. And I was super, super stoked with it. So did that, and then my back downs based off of the 355 was 310. So I hit 310 for two doubles, and then I had some accessory work. So it was, I think I did, I did shoulder press, I did dips, then I did incline dumbbell. Which by that time I was shaking, I was fried, like it was over. So overall, I'd say that was a pretty good day lifting wise. I'm really happy with it. Um, I will say, like, I've honestly been, like, other than the issues that I've been having and I've been overcoming, I am honestly, like, really, really enjoying powerlifting again. I'm enjoying lifting that heavy weight and I'm just enjoying it all over again, which hasn't, it's been a while. And in all honesty, I'm thinking about goals wise for like 2026. And I, for 2026, body weight wise, so right now I'm sitting around like, I think 280 is where I'm hovering, like 280 pounds. So I want that to go down to like 250 at minimum is what I really want. And maybe even more. Like my long-term goal would be like to be sitting at like 230, 235. That would be amazing. 250 is like, I don't want to say it's a short-term goal, but it's in my head right now, it seems more legitimate than 235. So with that being said, that's my like physical goal that I want. And then lifting wise, I'm not sure. Like, I want to be able to lift more for sure. I want the numbers to go up, but I really want to focus on that body weight, because if I can hold like 85 to 95% of my like my weight lifted right now and on a cut, and I continue down that path, it's going to be crazy having these like, let's say I have like a 330 or 335, maybe even 340 bench at 250. That's way more impressive than having like a 370 to 380 pound bench at 280. Like, body comp wise, it's way better. So, I don't know. And that's what I'm kind of thinking about, is just what that would look like. Um, and the thing is that I have more goals than just that kind of stuff. I have like I have that for my like physical goals, like lifting goals, and then body goals. Those are my two, like the two main ones that I have on my mind as of right now. And then my mental goals, I want to be a lot better off, because I've been having some bad days recently, and they've been more in a row than they have been. So that's been kind of hard. Like today, I wasn't doing the best today, but it happens. Sometimes you have days where it's just you're not checked in, and I've been stressed with like a lot of different stuff. So like mentally, I want to be a lot more focused, maybe even like more stoic, in the sense that, like I was talking about in one of my videos, more concerned about my actions and my reactions rather than other people, because like I said in that one, like I'm not going to keep reiterating myself, but you can't change how other people act, react, or think of you. That's it. Like, so I really want to focus on like mentally being like, you know what, I'm me. It's me, myself, and I when it comes to that kind of stuff. And if you don't like it, I'm sorry. That's just how it is. And I'm talking like the main stuff. Like, of course, there's going to be bad stuff that you work on all the time. That's just because we're humans. So, but anyway, I would say like just focusing on that kind of stuff mentally. And then job wise, I really want to focus on on seeing if I can take on more responsibility and put myself in a better position to get into a higher role. And I'm very new, like at my job. Don't get me wrong. I'm probably about 6 months in right now, so I'm not thinking anything crazy. But I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel like that I've been taking a lot of responsibility, and it's just kind of been thrown my way, which I'm not against at all. I'm super happy with that. But in all honesty, it's very much so that if I continue down this path and I make sure that I'm going at a good pace, then I'll be in a good position. And I really want to focus on that. And then lastly would be my spiritual goals, which are in my mind the most important. And not only do I want to be more spiritually open to things, but I also want to be, I guess the best way to put it is that I want to be more open-minded on that kind of stuff, because I don't want to miss an opportunity that's knocking on my door from God, because I am so self-centered, because I'm so like I'm divvying out my own path. Because in some ways I am, like my actions and reactions for sure, like it is all me. But at the same time, when it comes to that plan, like there's a much better than I can even imagine. There's a much better plan for me. And my goals now probably seem so puny compared to what I'm supposed to be doing, or what he has in store for me. So because of that, like I have these goals set for myself, but the thing is that if these get shut down on me, or if they get closed in my face, then I'm gonna mourn it. I'm gonna mourn like the projection that I had in my head, but at the same time, I'm probably gonna do or have something in my hands or given the opportunity way higher than I thought that I could ever have. So I very much so want to be more accepting of the present and of the present moment that I'm in, because right now it's really hard for me to look at all the good because I've had such like big strides of bad in my life a lot that I really want to refocus. And in all honesty, like, I'm not sure if it would keep you more more engaged in your own goals, but if you guys want to just put yours down, I'd love to know where you guys want to be. At the same time, it might be good for you guys to look back at this and say, "Oh yeah," I like as a reminder or to keep you in check, because that's one of the reasons why I'm doing this, is because I'm keeping myself in check. Like, I want to tell you guys this because I want to be able to say at the end of the year, or like midway through 2026, like, am I close to hitting these? Did I make strides to hit these? Did I do, like, am I on track to do what I said that I wanted to do? Or did I put myself in a position to do what I wanted to do? So that's very much so why I'm doing this. And I feel like that's a very underrated thing, is to not only like communicate your goals, but do the goals in silence, but have somebody to keep you accountable. Because the problem is that life gets so busy that if you don't have, and I found this, at least for me, when I don't have an accountability partner, or if I don't have somebody like tapping me on the shoulder, like to refocus me a little bit, I very much so can fall from where I was thinking that I wanted to be, or fall from like what I was trying to do, and then I like hop right back on track. So in all honesty, if you guys need somebody like that, I will 100% be looking at that kind of stuff and taking whatever you guys say as you will. But I will say that that's just kind of something that I have had on my mind, is just, and it was actually recommended to from a buddy of mine to do this, but I do agree with him, like just having them out there and just having something in mind. Because the thing is that if you're on a trail and there is a trail, you are more likely to walk it. Can you go off trail a little bit? Sure. But usually when you go off trail, sometimes you can get lost, and then you want to go find that trail again because you have a pathway in mind. If you just run into the forest, you're going to get lost really quick and you're going to get caught in circles. That's how I think of this, is that if I have a path in mind and I have like something in mind that I want to be, or where I want to be and what I want to do, it digs out that pathway in the dirt for me to not only have, but for me to look for if I get lost on the way. So I will say, like, I feel that that's very powerful. I'm not going to lie. And I will also say that I think that it's very important for you to have just have something to look forward to, something to strive for, because I mean, we as humans aren't perfect, and because of that, it gives us so much room for growth. And a lot of people, it's the glass half full, glass half empty. Like, a lot of people will say, "Oh, there's so much that I need to start with. Like, I don't know where to start," and then they get lost and they don't do anything. But if you can refocus yourself to think, "Okay, there's a lot that I need to do. What corner can I start in?" It's like painting a room. If anybody has ever painted a room before, you start in a corner and you work your way out. You start in a corner and you do a wall, then you can do another wall, and then you maybe even do the ceiling, you do the trim, all that kind of stuff. But where do you start? You start in a corner. You find a starting point and you work your way out. It's the same thing. It's it's eating an elephant a bite at a time kind of thing. Like, you find somewhere to start and you keep working at it and you keep working your way out of that corner. And I will say, like, sometimes, like, that's what I would just say. Find your corner. Find your corner of what you want to do, because that's the beauty of it, is that there is no wrong corner. There's four corners in a room, but there might be so many more corners in your head. There might be so many places that you want to start, but you just don't know where. You can start wherever you want. Find something that makes you, like, that clicks with you, that you enjoy, and start in that corner to better yourself. And then from there, you're like, oh, I'm doing this, so I might as well do this because it will help my original thought. And by that time, you're building and building, and you're slowly working out of that corner without even knowing it. So I would recommend for sure making goals for 2026, whatever that may be. Like I said, I have job, body, weights, which are my physical, spiritual, mental. Like that's where you want to be. That's what your focus should be on, is you, because the better you are for yourself, like I've said before, the better you'll be for the people around you. Because I will say, like, that is a very big thing, is that if you are so focused on like other people and other people's well-beings and what they're doing and not focusing on yourself, in doing so, you're almost hurting yourself a little bit, because you deserve your own time too. And what I would say is, you start by making yourself a priority, and making sure that you are on your, like, you are giving yourself your own time by giving yourself goals to make yourself better in any way, shape, or form, to go after a dream or to try something. Because I mean, I'm not sure who all watches these, or how young you are, but right now for me, I'm early 20s, and that's the thing, is that I could restart 5 times on anything. If I started something today and it failed within a month, and I start something else and I fail within another month, I'm still 23. I still have my whole life ahead of me, and I'm not going anywhere. Like, I'm not losing ground. And because of that, that's why, like, so many people are scared to fail. So many people are scared to fail, because they're so like, well, what if I fail and I make a fool of myself? Well, and guess what? When you succeed next time, people are going to be laughing at you and then awestruck, and they're like, how did you do it? How'd you do it? And you know what you could say? You can say, I failed one more time than you did and found success after. You will find success through failure if you continuously try. If you continuously put effort in, and you have something in mind, and you have a dream in mind, and you want to just keep working at it, you can keep working at it. Keep doing it. Keep grinding. Do what you want to do, because the thing is that people are laughing at you until you succeed, and then they're asking how you succeeded. Not a lot of people want to understand that. And success is found through failure. Over and over, repetitive failure, over and over and over again. One of your failures means that you're one step closer to a success, whatever that is. The thing is that if you're losing weight, let's say, and you go off on a day and you're like, oh man, like, that's so bad. Well, then the thing is that you take that day that you went off and you said, okay, what put me in this situation? What did I learn from it? And how can I be more successful next time? That's what the important part is. The important part is that if you learn from your failures to find success, you're building a playbook. You're building a path to succeed over and over again. And that is completely up to you. That is in your hands. That is in your guys' mind. So you guys just need to focus on that. Focus on you, focus on your goals, and focus on how to learn from your failures, because your failure is going to be the closest that you get to success if you allow it to build you and not break you. But I will say that is my lesson for the day, is to continue striving towards your goals, make your goals, do whatever you guys need to do, but keep failing, because the more you fail, the closer you are to succeeding. And when you succeed, learn from that and keep building off of it, because once you find something that works, it just soars from there. So I'll see you guys later. Peace.